Hi everybody, Tracy here again with Temperance Tarot, and I have a final unboxing to do for today. This is the newly released edition of the Cary, Yale, Visconti tarot deck. It's been out of print for a while, but US Games has reissued it, and it says, this complete 86 card Cary, Yale, Visconti tarot key deck includes facsimile reproductions of 67 extant 15th century cards, plus 19 cards recreated to replace missing cards from the original pack. The 24 court cards are of particular interest because they include both male and female knights and pages. The 67 extant cards, believed to have been painted by Bonifacio Bembo, are housed in the Cary collection of playing cards, Benecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library at Yale University. This deluxe edition includes a 68-page guidebook with color illustrations, an in-depth history of tarot cards by Thierry de Paulus, and expanded card descriptions and meanings by Stuart Kaplan. So let's see. If the box is any indication of how big the cards are, it seems that they reproduce them in the actual original size. Now, I don't know. I didn't have the previous version of the Cary, Yale, Visconti. So I don't know if those cards were huge or not, but let's see. Yep, we have another, it's damaged a little bit, but another great box from US Games. Nice sturdy box. This will keep the cards pretty well, even with the damage. I can use a piece of tape to... Now, the little guidebook, again, a little disappointing. I was hoping for something a little better. But it does look like it's got a lot of really interesting information in it for as small a book as it is. And I understand that some of the history stuff should be fairly interesting. Oh, it even goes into the name, the unusual composition of the Cary, Yale, Visconti tarot deck, the Visconti emblems and heraldic devices, the Sforza emblems, general overview on the early history of playing cards, suit systems, and how they evolved into our modern suit systems, the major arcana trump cards, the four suited cards or minor arcana are the same in all variants. Milanese tarot cards, a brief survey of early illuminated tarot cards. Well, there's a lot of stuff here. It's a good thing I have glasses though, because this print is tiny. I don't know what US Game Systems has against printing decent guidebooks. Huh. But it does look to be very, very detailed in the history. And since it is US Games, it's all in English. And then we have the cards. The description, who it's said to represent, the divinatory meaning, and a reverse meaning. Because I guess when you get to the pips, it's not... Yeah, the pips are not... We don't have a picture of every pip card, but yes, it is a pip deck, so I don't know that that's absolutely necessary. And it just has a very brief description of the meaning. We have the different court cards, and we have the Celtic cross spread. I wouldn't expect a whole lot of spreads in this book, no. So interesting. It's definitely worth a read. The cards, yes, are that big. Let's see if we can get them out of this box. Yeah, this isn't a deck that you can actually shuffle. This is probably a deck that you study. Not sure what I'm going to do about the sides, because the sides look kind of awful. But you know, unless you're going to gild the side of tarot card or a playing card. There's not a whole lot to do about that. I'll print it on plastic. Huge, huge cards. But you can see what's in them, which is great. This border is sort of a reddish brown. The backs are like blue. Ah, they smell like new book. The cardstock is not what I would have expected either. It's a little more bendy than I would have expected, but that might mean I can actually do some sort of overhand shuffle with it. Very interesting because of all the, and from what I understand from these older decks, this gold on there was actually some sort of a gilded gold. This is not, this is just printed on paper, and it kind of makes everything blend in with the background, which makes it a little hard to see, but it is a reproduction deck, so. No numbers, no titles. You just have to know what they are. That's a lot, yeah, this is a lot different from some of the other decks I've seen. There are a lot more figures in the Major Arcana cards. Now, I have no idea which one that is. The Empress, maybe? No, that's the Fool, the Magician. That's the Empress with the baby, I would imagine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read the book because I think that the majors are different. That's the Lover's card, so that would be the Hierophant. But she has a distinctly female look about her. Let's see what she is. Okay, she's one of the Graces. So we have the Fool, the Magician, Charity, the Empress, the Emperor, Faith. So this one is actually Faith. The Lovers, the Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, Hope instead of the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. Okay. Well, he is quite exquisite, isn't he? Sorry about that glare. Very typical strength. I like the Hanged Man. All that green. There's a lot of green in these. Great Death card. The Devil. I have to read the book about which ones were the cards that were missing and the ones they recreated. You know, there seems to be this little king guy down here in a lot of the different cards. Hope they explain that. And she's kneeling on somebody. She doesn't seem to care. She has no shoes. Well, here's where we get the baby on the horse from, I guess. Although that isn't really a baby. There are words on this one. Nice world card. And then I think we're moving into the courts. I'm assuming this would be the swords. Maybe the king. The queen. We have the two knights. And then the two pages. And then we move into the pip cards. Which, yes, you would have to count the number of them to figure out exactly how many there are. If if you were going to actually read with this deck. I see this more as of a study deck, and I have a lot of decks that I consider study decks, but I love to study. I would go to school for the rest of my life if somebody would pay me to do that. So. I think here we have, this looks like it's probably wands. And then the 2 pages, definitely you've got a female and a male. Yeah, the wands and the swords are kind of hard to tell apart. And definitely a reproduction deck, because some of the cards are in better shape than others. But it's fascinating to see. You almost feel like you're holding a piece of history in your hand. And from what I've read and heard online about these really old decks, they were more of artwork than they were actual playing cards. And here we have cups. I think it's cups. I think there might be a cup there, and then here's her giant cup. And well, I wouldn't call that a cup. I don't know what I'd call that. The cup just sort of blends in with the back. It's hard to see them. And our pages. And then our cups. Goblets. Yeah, you can tell some of that card was eaten away, and this card was in bad shape. And so this must be the pentacles or the coins. King and the queen. 2 knights. The 2 pages. And the pip cards, which just look like big round discs. So there you have it, the new edition of the Cary, Yale, Visconti by U.S. Games Systems. Will be interesting to read. It'll be very interesting to read this book. Even as small as it is, I'd be very interested to read the history that they've got in here. So enjoy your day. Bye.